Hey friends, welcome back to the Maker's Gonna Learn YouTube channel. I have such a fun design space tutorial for you all. I can't wait to show you how easy it's gonna be for you all to take the techniques that we learn in today's design space tutorial and incorporate them into maybe your Christmas and fall crafts. I'm so excited. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. So we made this beautiful little ornament, and while we're not going to be making the ornament today, I do want to show you how to do this super cute inset word into a big letter like this. I'm still thinking about a name for it, but I've just been calling it an offset word into a monogram font technique. If you have a good name for this, drop a comment below. I would love to hear it, but let's go ahead and get into Design Space, and I'm going to show you all how easy it's going to be for you to recreate this specific design. So actually, before we go into Design Space, I want to talk about selecting your fonts for this specific project. Now, on the Maker's Gonna Learn website, we've got tons, thousands even, of font choices. And so what I want to encourage you all to do is go into our fonts and browse around for a bold font and a script font. So we want to have somewhat contrasting fonts, but for our monogram, a bold font's going to be your best choice. And I like to look for these in basic. So you can just select basic. And then if you already know the name that you want to use, you can go ahead and type in that letter and then hit preview. And that way, whenever you're scrolling in our sample text, you can kind of get a preview of what it's going to look like. I'm going to zoom in for you all so you can really get a look here. So you can see in our simple text, if I'm using a B, I'm going to be able to kind of get a preview over here of what it's going to look like. Now, I love this twirls and swirls. This is perfect. I like the style of it. It's very thick, as you can see. So I'm going to use this for our main monogram. Now, feel free to kind of browse around and see if you can find any other ones that you like. But this one's going to work perfectly for me. I'm going to go ahead and install this onto our computer and then on to Cricut Design Space. Now, if you're new to downloading fonts and you haven't become a member, we go over this in detail in our 30 Days to Master Your Cricut, which is inside of our membership. But downloading fonts does not have to feel daunting. That's what we're here for, to show you all exactly how to do it all. So I'm going to go ahead, reload Design Space. This is going to allow my font to pop in here. So I'm going to go ahead and select text. This is going to just pop up a text box. Type out B. I'm going to drag it so it's big and you all can really see what I'm doing here. And then inside fonts, we're going to go to System Fonts. This is where our downloaded fonts live. And I'm going to type in Twirls and Swirls. And look how stinking cute that is. Look at the little loop-de-loop. I love that. So this is the base, okay? And now we're going to need to use a script font. Now, I think I've got one already downloaded that I like. So I'm just going to type out the name that I want here, okay? So we're going to use the name Blair today. And then under fonts, I'm just going to X off of what I searched before, and we're going to search for a really cute script font. Now, Vegas is a really good one. I feel like these go together really well. So you can kind of browse and see what you prefer. I really actually love these together, so I'm going to stick with that. So we've got our two elements, okay? We've got our big letter, and then we have our name. What I'm going to do now is rotate this 90 degrees. So I'm going to select the name, and then up here at this rotate portion, I'm going to type in -90. This is going to turn it to the left 90 degrees. And then what you're going to want to do is resize this. Now I'm going to change the color so you all can really get a super good visual here. Okay, so you can see this is almost going from top to bottom of this big letter. We're going to be adding an offset to this word. So I want to shrink it just a little bit, but not too much, just enough to allow us an offset. And so I can click off of there and just kind of see I've got room for a little bit of an offset all the way around, including the top and the bottom. Now, the next thing that I want to do is make sure that Blair is selected And then up here, you can see this offset option. I'm gonna select offset, and immediately you can see this blue line all the way around, okay? Now, this is a 0.25 offset. This is almost perfect for what we're needing right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and select apply, okay? And just looking at this, my offset is very close to the top of this B, but it's not as close to the bottom. So I'm just gonna select the offset as well as Blare and kind of scooch it down until it's exactly where I want it. And then I'm gonna click off of it, okay? The next thing you're gonna wanna do is hop over to your layers panel. Now, when you're working in Design Space, the layers panel is a great place to live. There's just a lot of benefit in utilizing that layers panel. I feel like we forget about it because we're in our canvas so much, but you can really select very precisely what you want when you're using the layers panel. There's just a lot of benefit to kind of living in this area to work on designs. And so what I'm gonna do is select the offset. I'm gonna hold the shift key down and select the B. Okay, so Blare is not selected. This is not selected. Only the offset and the B. What you're gonna do next is go to slice, okay? And it's gonna give you something like this. Now you can look up here and see we've got we actually have 4 slice results, but we wanna keep this B. So I'm gonna select all of these. You can hold the shift key down and then trash them all. Okay, this is gonna allow Blare to be inset inside of the B. Y'all, that is literally it. Now, I know like these are probably not the colors I'm gonna use. You can play around with your colors here before you actually go to cut it. Like for instance, we were doing on our ornament, we had a white bee and Blare was actually in like a mirrored silver. And I linked those vinyls down below for you all as well as the glitter and all of that. And you can even change the canvas color so you can get a really good visual of what your design's gonna look like in the end. But feel free to play around with different fonts. But I want you all to really get creative with this and think, how can I incorporate that offset technique into my other designs? Okay, I know that was a quick tutorial, but something fun and easy for you all to incorporate into your holiday decor or any other crafts that you've got coming up. We love to teach you all new techniques around here. And if you love what you saw today, make sure to go into the Makers Gonna Learn website, check us out, look at all of our cut files, look at all of our fonts. We have thousands, you all, over 15,000 cut files for you all to use that are great for all of your crafting needs. Again, my name is Alicia. Thank you all for watching this tutorial. I hope that you found something new and learned something new, and we cannot wait to see you in the next one. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and the little bell so you're notified every single time that we post, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.